Hey guys, welcome back to another vlog. We have something very interesting for you this week because we're going to look at some desert ghost clowns, which desert ghosts have just been on fire lately in our industry. It's amazing how deep my waiting lists are for just desert ghosts in general, especially females. But we managed to hatch a really cool clutch with some desert ghost clowns, and that's like really one of the reasons why the project has been so hot, because desert ghosts with other recessives, pieds and clowns and G-stripes and all the other stuff we haven't seen yet. And so it's really lit a fire under this project because it just makes things so much better. So let's check out this clutch, and then we also have some special pieds, and they're not just special as an adjective, they're actually the gene's special pieds. It has some really neat stuff, so let's dive in. So we're gonna do what we normally do. We're gonna kind of build up to the best animals and look at the ingredients so that you guys can kind of learn how this all works in the meantime. We have a couple awesome desert ghosts here. One's already on the table. We have just this pastel desert ghost. You see how much better it is than a standard pastel. We'll grab one of those actually for you to see. So, all right, comparison, pastel versus pastel desert ghost. Which would you rather have? Tell me in the comments if anybody likes this one better. This is absolutely insane what Desert Ghost does. It's just perfect cleanup and it leaves the black all beautiful. Then when you add Enchi in here, you get a very different look, which is really cool because the Enchi actually adds in the golden kind of banding and everything. It lightens the head, changes the head stamp, and then you actually end up with some of these kind of orangish flames on the side. Really pretty. So pastel DG, pastel Enchi DG, these were het clown, they're already spoken for. So then we had this one in the clutch. This is pastel Enchi clown het DG. Now I'm gonna put a little clip here of when we were cutting the eggs. I was really having a hard time when I was cutting them telling the difference between this one and the visual. Because in the egg, when it's all shiny and you're only seeing a little part of the snake, you thought, wow, that's really bright. I assumed this was a het, because when you saw the visual, when they came out of the egg and they shed, there was no mistaking. So this is the pastel Enchi clown het DG, so heterozygous, and then the visual, double visual, pastel Enchi DG clown, and this one's just like dad. So in the pairing we did pastel Enchi DG clown like this just to a regular double het, nice and simple. And we got, out of 8 eggs, we should have gotten 2 visuals, but we got one really nice visual in this clutch. And it's a little girl, and she's also spoken for. Awesome. See how clean that is. See all the dirtiness and the little flecking here and everything? It's all taken away by the Desert Ghost. And it ends up being an awesome little pile of goodness here, Desert Ghost goodness. What an amazing project this is turning out to be, and it's just honestly just getting started. We're gonna be sharing with you guys more about the DG Clown project as we develop it this summer, because I'm very excited about it, very excited about what we have coming, and it'll be really neat to see this develop over the next few years. So that was the DG Clown clutch, turned out awesome, and you see we have a guest with us now. So after we finished filming that, we have Gary, who came and visited, and he is visiting from Patreon in a way, because he won our VIP contest to come visit the facility. So we flew him out here this morning. Chase picked you up at the airport. Tell us a little bit about your company and like what you're doing.
So the company is SBF Reptiles. Pretty new. We're focusing more on clowns, getting into some special clown things. Want to do some Batman things in the near future. Going to be hatching my very first, possibly, Gothams in about 3 weeks. Super exciting. Yeah. So right now I'm just here trying to soak up as much as I can and make sure that I'm going down the right path.
Yeah, we had some great conversations already about how to, get you where you want to go with your projects and everything. Really exciting. So Gary's gonna be hanging out for the day, checking all the different snakes and chatting, but he's gonna be here for this video too. We're gonna look at the next clutch, which is some really cool special pieds. So let's check those out. Now, special and pied is a really unique interaction. And some of the other complex animals from the Blue-eyed Lucy complex also have a similar, like the pinto pied has a really high white with a little bit of pattern on the head, and so does the lessers and the Mojave pieds, and kind of tend to be high white. The special has a really unique look because it leaves quite a bit of pattern on the head typically, but it gives it this look where it has almost a paradoxing, and it's just part of the gene. It's not a fluke. So there's a lot of other genes in the pairing. We have OD, Enchi, yellow belly, fire, and it was yellow belly or gravel in the pairing. So you could go either way as far as highways. What do you think, Gary? Like, what's your favorite of these three?
Hands down, it has to be this one here.
Yeah, I like the pattern on the head on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like the little button hook right there, right above the eye.
So when this one first hatched out, I put a little video on my Instagram. It's like Terminator snake, I wrote on there, because it has these bright red eyes, the pupils, and Summer may have to come back and get some B-roll of these to really show, because you have to catch the light in the right angle. But these have bright red pupils that, combined with the fact that it looks like half its face is like blowing off, I thought that's a Terminator snake right there.
I like that.
Really, really cool look. It's like it's got leucistic and pied all in one. And this is the only one that has a nice, at least one good solid saddle on there. And just basing it on what I can see there, I would say this is probably Orange Dream Yellow Belly Special Pied is my guess. Unfortunately, Enchi didn't hit on this snake. And these two are higher white and they have a real faded head. I think that, fire really kind of tones down the colors in these and makes them more creamy. I think these two are probably fire special pies, but could be OD. On these things, you get to kind of breed them and find out what comes. Okay, these are the other three snakes from the clutch. We have an incredible het. So this is Orange Dream Yellow Belly Enchi het clown. And it looks like Super Enchi. Like Super Enchi typically has that arrowhead with the really wide eye stripes, but there's only Enchi on one side of this pairing. So it shows you how you can easily get some of these IDs wrong, because if there was Enchi on both sides of these pairings, I'd be like, that looks exactly like it should look. But now I know that it genetically can't be, and I've got to be like, well, even though it looks a certain way, I know it can't be more than ODYB Enchi het pied. Then we got Enchi in this snake, which is a regular Enchi pied, nice and bright. We were hoping the Enchi would hit on these and add all the pattern to them to give us a lot more. We have more pairings for that. And then this last one is kind of the enigma of the clutch, because it has a little bit of pattern right there on the head and a little bit down here on the tail. And something that is really, really cool is when you have a white-headed snake is that you can see the eyes, the dark of the eyes coming through the top scales there. Okay. So it looks like blue, like a blue look. Super, super neat. I mean, I think that it's like a translucent kind of thing. So what's interesting about this snake is that we had yellow belly on one side and the female was OD Enchi gravel or yellow belly pied. So this animal could be a really, really high white special pied, or it could be a special ivory pied or a special highway pied. We did not prove out the female if she was gravel or yellow belly from this pairing because we didn't get a really clear animal that was an ivory or a highway. But this one could be especially packed with genes right now. We're not going to know until we breed them. They were all girls. All the specials were all girls.
Oh, beautiful.
Which you want. If you don't know what it is, you really want it to be a girl, because otherwise you bring a male and you don't know what it is, you really don't know what females to choose for it until you know, right? But females, you can just choose almost any male for it and prove out all her genetics without having quite such a risk level involved. All right, that's the video, and thanks to Gary for being here and being part of this. It's good to get someone else's perspective in there.
It's awesome. I just can't believe how much you have here and just the vast knowledge you have. It's awesome.
I'm very blessed, very lucky, and lucky to be able to share with all you guys as well. Be sure to follow him. We'll put some of his credentials there so you can follow him and follow his future stuff. Man, thanks to all the patrons and like Gary. And we're so lucky to be able to interact with all you guys, and even better when we get to see you in person. So thanks a lot, and we'll see you next Friday.